Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back in the building with another episode, interview, and freestyle segment on Who's Next 757. I am your host, Cam Lowe. We are in the building. I got a special guest in the building today.
What up, y'all? Brendan James, aka Bfazzo 757, Y.O.T.D, TKO gang, self-made, no handouts. You know, we coming.
Yes, sir. So, this is our first time speaking. How you doing, man?
I'm chilling. How about you?
I'm doing good. Man. This is a whole new series, whole new segment. You know, it's new for myself, obviously new for you as well.
Yeah.
So, this is episode 3, you know? So, we're going to get right into you. So,
All right.
where are you from?
Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach. Born and raised.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how was life growing up in Virginia Beach for you?
It was pretty good. I had a pretty decent childhood. I lived in Minnesota for like a good 4 weeks of my life back in 2015. It was brief though. Like my mom had a new job or whatever, so we're kind of like transitioning.
Okay.
But she was looking out for me as well. As I went to HSRA, High School for Recording Arts or whatever, and so she was hoping to get me my foot in the door or whatever. Because she's looking at all the talent from there. She's a big Atmosphere fan. He's from Minnesota. Y'all may not know him, but we were in St. Paul.
Okay.
But so I definitely got my craft a little sharper there. But I was rapping since I was 12. I grew up around Delhi Elementary School. Independence Middle. So I've this place is home to me. I rep the shit to the fullest. That's why I got the shit on the.
Okay.
I think I got the shit set up. I put it on the bling. You know what I mean? I put the shit on the bling.
Ooh, that's a 757
Yes,
bling
sir.
right there. Bfazzo.
Bfazzo. You'd be surprised. People get that shit wrong. They think of the shoes, the Fazos. I never knew those were the shoes last year. But
Right.
when I was in Minnesota, there's a lot of poverty there, so it's kind of gritty. So we weren't on the streets. We were living in hotels though. So I'm kind of just I had free time, just write and shit like that.
Right.
But for HSRA, they had a whole recording studio. It's a class. It's such it's almost like a college or whatever. You know what I mean? But I got my skills pretty sharp there because Minnesota's kind of super.
So we talking high school.
Yeah, I was sophomore year, 2015, 2016. But they would have little random ciphers on the spot. So I knew I'm new here. I'm new on the block. I'm not local.
Okay.
I'm an alien. So
Okay.
I had to kind of step up, and they had talent there too. There's girls that could really spit there. It was really cool. They had talent shows too. I didn't get to do talent shows. I wasn't there long enough, but I would get in little ciphers and kind of just have fun, play out the teachers and stuff like that. The teachers were their parents or whatever, cool.
Right.
But I ain't want to stay there. I'm homesick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I got home or whatever, because when you travel, your mind changes. You have to kind of get out of your comfort zone to kind of expand.
That is correct.
I was talking about that with my friend this morning. But yeah, traveling really helps your creativity and just being around other people in your environment. So this is your product of your environment. If you're around gritty stuff,
I love traveling.
I want
I love
weird time to do it now.
Oh yeah, definitely weird time to do it now. But it's the world is slowly opening up.
Mm-hmm.
It's slowly opening up. But okay, definitely. Let's get back to you. So you was in Minnesota,
Yeah, St. Paul.
St. Paul, doing high school.
Yeah, sophomore year.
Okay, and then you came back to Virginia.
Yeah, around late September to Halloweenish when I was there.
Right.
But I've been here most of my life. That was probably the only time I was actually living out of state. But I'm kind of back at stage 1, and I didn't start kind of working my way out of there to around end of 2018 or whatever. We'll get that in a second. But I'm kind of just trying to get myself out of this whole the figuratively making it out the hood or whatever. But baby steps.
Right. How old are you?
Take a guess. How old do I seem and how old do I think?
I'll say about maybe 28.
I'm humbled. I turned 21 in January 28th.
See, you can't ask me that. You can't ask me that because
no one looks their ages. I know, but
you can't ask me that because I did think you was an older guy.
I like that. I hate when people say I look like I'm still in high school, whatever. I like looking older.
But nowadays,
Yeah,
obviously,
the mask. But I drink a lot of water. That's why I look. My skin's a little younger than
21.
Yes, sir.
21, young guy.
Mm-hmm.
Young guy. Trying to get himself out the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that mindset out for you right now?
Well, I have a job, so I got my first job at 20. You know what I mean? So I don't really feel pressure on myself, but at the same time, it's first job at 20. I got my GED 18. I didn't finish high school, and if I didn't and I stayed there, I would have graduated a year late.
Right.
And so I kind of had to just get it on my own in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
But so right now, I'm just trying to work harder than ever on music, but still having something to fall back on with a stable job because I'm not living off my music yet.
Mm-hmm.
That is the main goal. And so as far as living, a good couple million, that's a pretty dope.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
kill to have that at the same time. But
whoa.
not
He won't kill to have that.
Not just
Let's be
figuratively.
clear.
No, million. just $1 million, that's not enough. But like just have a stable living condition. Like, you know what I mean? Just like, pay rent or have a stable house and buy food for myself. But I mean, there's a little grind that comes into that.
So you say you started music at around 12. Just how would you say you got into music?
I was exposed to everything. Like video game soundtracks is where it all started. But like when I think about it, like I'm an old soul. There is a high chance I'll listen to Jada Kiss in the Womb. There is a high chance. But like all the soundtracks I played, like back in the day, like Tony Hawk, wrestling games, I was exposed to all that stuff, like Public Enemy, DMX, Living Legends, real underground stuff. But like I would hear stuff from movies and stuff too. Like there's always a certain place I would hear something, and I remember it. Like I have a good memory. So that's why I'm grateful for my generation, like early 2000s. Like we had like Banks, Joe Budden, Fab. Like that's the cloth I'm cut. I listen to everything, but like I'm so grateful for who we have.
Those are heavy hitters.
Yes, sir.
Those are heavy hitters. So who, since you was exposed to that, at such a young age, who inspired you more so to like take it to the next level, or who do you look up to in the game?
Honestly, the more like complex writers, because a lot of dudes here can rap, there's spitters, but like there's rappers, there's lyricists, there's aliens, and there's dudes who just want the clout and just like image like rappers, I guess you could say.
Right.
But when I was 12, I'm nowhere near where I'm at today. Like I was writing, I didn't understand the fundamentals. Like there are fundamentals to writing these rhymes. Like syllable shit. Like y'all gotta know how to punch and scheme. Like y'all gotta structure. Like y'all be recycling lines from like 2012. I'm not gonna say who, but I hear a lot of battle rap shit, and y'all will say shit with the utmost confidence. Like I haven't heard that shit before. Y'all be like, oh my god, like, or they'll reword it somehow. Like try to think of an example. Like, oh my god, I would have repeat this one line. That shit bothers me to this day. But someone had a Beavis and Butthead line, almost confidence in the world. Like the Big L didn't say that shit.
Right.
It's not even a hard line. Like no disrespect to Big L, but like y'all really need to start writing better in a way. Like, you know what I mean? But some people, sometimes don't even intentionally mean to bite stuff. Like there's a lot of lines in the world. You can't hear every single thing. You know what I mean? But like, just work on your craft. You know what I mean? But as far as inspirations, man, like M was my really like inspiration.
Okay.
And I think the first album I bought might have been either a Soulja Boy or a John Cena album. I swear to God, because Bumpy Knuckles on that shit. I love the album to this day. But I think like
Soulja Boy is still winning out here. Shout out to Soulja Boy.
Oh yes, you had to be there. So, I mean, it's always like your first, second grade. Well, for my generation, first, second grade. That's what I mean. It's childhood. But first like hip hop album, I think it was Swiss Beats, One Man Bad Man. And he's a great producer looking back. He could rap too. But like first like raw hip hop, Eminem's Encore. I was like came out when I bought that. I was like 8 or 9. As I heard him from like a Linkin Park mashup with Encore and Jay-Z. But
speaking of Swiss, I have a question for you. Versus.
I only watched Jada and Fab. I tried watching Ray and Ghost here. I was so tired though. Like
who would you want to see on Versus? In your opinion and things like that.
Man, I want to see Conway and Benny just because, or no, like
Benny the Butcher.
Yes,
that would be a good one.
I'm trying to think like maybe like has Tory done verses yet? Oh, he did that shit with Joyner, but they were like really going at each other though. But I'm trying to think of like a good
Tory Lane.
Yeah, him and Joyner, they did that something like that.
Did they? I'm not sure about that. I don't think that happened.
Down Wax or something like that. But I'm trying to like, man. What have they already had her? I'm trying to think. I don't be watching this stuff. I tried watching Rain Ghost, but like
nah. I just asked, who would you want to see on the verses? A major big verses.
That's a hard one, man. Like
hard one.
If we do another Wu-Tang one, I want to see maybe like Capadonna versus like maybe like Jesus. I don't even know. Jesus might maybe blow him out, but like I don't even know because. I don't be tapping in too much of that. But I keep up with it. It's a dope thing.
Okay. So let's jump into projects. Do you have any projects out?
Yes, I put out 10 last year. Now some of them got taken down because like random samples or like one sample would like mess everything up. But so I still have some of the files. I plan to record some of them. But I've dropped one this year. City is Mine, and a lot of the ones I have coming out this year I had planned for like last year's. I have all these. I'll think ahead for a project,
Mhm.
and I'll kind of take my time to write or get the beats done. And I got a fund from them too. I got my beat producer be mad expensive with the customs.
Right.
I mean,
Exclusives.
but yeah, my boy Big Los on the beat. Shout out to them, my boy Bando. But Y.O.T.D, Year of the Dragon. That's the big one I'm gearing up for. Which symbolizes my birth symbol. I'm I'm Aquarius, January 28th, 2000. But my birth sign is the dragon in Chinese New Year's. Based off that date though. Now we're in Aries, so that's kind of the thing in there.
Right.
But it symbolizes like good luck, balance, wisdom. What else? Like peace. And so Godzilla comes out in like a few weeks, and that is the only dragon I compare myself to because like I'm rapping my ass off on that shit. But it's also a coming of age thing too because I take pride in that.
Okay.
And as I studied the thing back in like in high school, like my zodiac and the whole dragon thing, and it makes sense. Like I'm pretty calm and collective, but at the same time I'm very competitive, and like in confrontations, I keep pretty verbal. I don't really get physical. I don't feel threatened, but like. There's definitely a balance within this whole rapper kingdom or whatever. And I had to like I proved that for the past 2 years because I was just throwing out random diss tracks because I was just I was so mad.
Hold on, listen. Let's get into some music. Okay. You spoke on Y.O.T.D, right? Is that the name of the project?
It's the abbreviation.
It's abbreviation.
Yeah, Year of the Dragon is the
Year of the Dragon. Okay. And today I have is it a song on the project?
Yes.
That's coming on the project?
Yes.
Okay, so let's take a dive into that.
Salvation.
Let's take a dive into it.
I recorded this one last night. I have not finished the project yet. I still have like verse I had to finish writing. That was what I'm playing right now is the outro, Salvation. And I was kind of in a rush when I recorded this. I'm not even gonna lie, because like I was at my friend's house almost all day.
Right.
Because I'm trying to like get the verse onto my phone because I write in paper. I don't write on my phone, but my handwriting on paper is trash, and I can't read that when I'm in the studio.
Right.
So I kind of had to like just try to bang it out as fast as I can. So I don't have much time. But I'm gonna polish it up later this week or whatever. But I'm still proud of it. Okay. Part content wise, but I want to say I have at least maybe 12 songs on that album. I previewed something earlier. It's like 7 minutes long. But yeah, I just expect a lot of heavy like life lessons, like life experience type shit. But I'm still like, when I write some shit, like I kind of take inspiration from like Lloyd Banks in a way. That's one of my favorite dudes. Okay. And so I'll write a line at the moment that I don't really resonate till after I hear it myself, because like I play my shit back sometimes, but sometimes I forget how complex that shit was to me. Right. Because I feel like I overcomplicate shit myself, and I kind of impress myself when I rap. But
yeah, let's dive into it.
I'll break down lines if we need to.
So reintroduce the record.
Salvation is the outro of Year of the Dragon. Recorded last night. Big Los on the beat. He made almost this entire project from scratch. All the samples and flips.
Shout out to Big Los.
That's the Big Los on the beat. I'm gonna see you in a few weeks, my boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So here it is. Let's go.
Y.O.T.D shit. TKO gang, self-made, no handouts. Geek Squad. Light me up, Los.
Los on the track, boy.
Seeing ghosts of people I cut ties with. I don't consider them losses. I was a diamond in the rough, never polished. Neglecting me as a friend, always a second option. Rain terror in my teen years.
Be hard.
Wonder where the time went. 21 with a job. I guess I'm solid. Trust my wallet is heavier than my heart is. Perfecting my craft as an artist. People swear they made you. Demanding a playful. I starve sitting at your table. Fuck, I look like answering your praise for me. As for my behavior, it's abnormal and strange. Takes me back to my psychosis days. Rapping my chip on my shoulder days. There's levels to this shit. She's stuck on my loading screen. I don't sugarcoat shit, cause I know the taste isn't how it looks on the menu. Ingredients on the package. Watch the company I keep. Louis Vuitton glasses. The temper of Wolverine. I made the best of the cars and dealt. Like I'm Gambit. I knew you were fake. It's like I telegraphed it. It's the year of the dragon. Hope to give you all the balance. Aquarius sun, Scorpio moon. Put my soul in these tunes. It's a God complex. Stand tall as a mountain. You ever had hope? Swallowed by doubt? Ready to make progress? Waiting stopping you was gout? Fuck following crowds like I did. But in and out clicks. I did not fit. Lost friends. The talks I had made it so I'm incapable of taking those exits. Ending relationships that weren't healthy. And at this point, it's easy to detect that. I'm taxed from my energy back. You paying debit or credit or straight cash? Universe is the boss. karma's your paycheck. I don't judge anybody.
Be hard,
I'm pretty laid back.
You
Plus I got the
riding on it. I'm gonna talk.
I used to sitcom. Be lying if I said I never laughed. Full of wisdom, but don't test me. I'll give you the grade back. Find your body, the KIA text on the battlefield. How brave you have to feel.
Hold on. Okay, that was Salvation. We are back. So, very different. Very different, unique. So, I've been watching you on Instagram as well. You know, I do see the style of your music. You know, the style of the bars, your flow. It's very different.
Thank you.
You know, I want to know from you the type of style you call your bars or your flow. Like, is it, you don't sound like anybody really.
Honestly, a lot of times I've been compared to was MF Doom because back in the day, maybe so I say I'm off beat, but I feel they exaggerate though. Like I be like super like Blueface type shit. But MF Doom, when he's off beat, he has a certain art to it. He's like telling a story at the same time. But my shit, like, I honestly try to like not imitate, but like just try to reflect a rapper I heard from. But I'm always trying to what myself. But I'm competing with myself and put pressure on myself to be better than a person I heard like before, if that makes sense. Like,
Right, okay.
I'm trying to reach the caliber of the greats, which is why like the dragon shit, like I feel like I have to be the apex predator in this whole thing.
So moving forward into your career, you know, you say you have about 12 tracks on your upcoming project.
Yes.
Yeah, the Dragon. Right? So that means you're recording music.
Yes.
Right? What are the steps you're taking to even get noticed or just take over and create your fan base and live off music, like you said, independently?
Well, first of all, now I'm not close to that living part yet, but last year I was on a radio show called Indie Fire Radio. They're not local, but I've been on there at least 3 times. And so my first time I was on there was 2019, around November, and I was nominated for Most Entertaining Interview because I was airing people out. I was dancing me at the end of the show. Like I'm kind of just like in my element. So they fucked with me off the rip.
Right.
And so there was a judged category for it, and I didn't win. I was expecting to, but it's fine. But so I knew I can get an award from that. So I came back the same year, not 2019, but like around like June 2020 and then October.
Okay.
And I wanted an award. I wanted something. So I was trying to, of course, work for it. And of course, I had to work that year to prove it, like 10 projects in. And so after my second appearance, she told me, like on air, I found out I'm nominated for 4 categories. I didn't find out what they were until December. I was nominated for Album of the Year, Artist of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best Hip Hop Song of the Year. All of them from like the same album too. And I think the album I dropped was I dropped King James almost around this time. I think it was my second or third project of the year. I wasn't proud of it looking back. It wasn't a bad project. I was proud of it in a way, but I feel like it was better. It wasn't the best thing I dropped. But the thing that bothers me about that thing is that I have 5 award nominations within a span of a year. I didn't take on one out of 4 categories. Now, what thing is, I was still, again, I gotta be humble the fact I'm nominated for that too, because not many artists here have awards. I don't think, like not Pharrell, stuff like that, but like an independent young artist like me winning an award would have been crazy for the city. Like I had a lot riding on that shit too. But I thought to myself, get back to work. I'm not gonna suck if I do win the award. However, if I don't win that shit, I'm raising hell for a lot of people this year. I want at least 2. I want an Album of the Year, Artist of the Year, if anything else. But I look back at the whole Kobe thing, like, 'cause I'm big on basketball. Like, I know numbers don't exactly matter in the way they do, but I'm looking about my year comparing to certain basketball players. Like, I'm 21 now. I'm coming off being 20. Now, Kobe did not win his title at 20, but I think Magic did, right? Like around 2021 for his first title.
Can't recall.
That's the conversation I had. But like
that's another conversation.
So I'm comparing myself to like Kobe and Tim Duncan because they both have 5 rings, and Tim Duncan's 21. So I'm like, oh shit, like Duncan here, you know what I mean? And I have the same birthday as Popovich too. So it's kind of like, I look at myself as like an NBA player. I'm in the booth trying to like reach certain accolades and stats because everybody's talking about, I'm like Jordan in the booth type shit. But like, nah, if we talking the Jordan Kobe thing, the Jordan aspect is I'm a psychopath. Like I'm very competitive. And I remember shit people said too. Like back in the day when I'm coming up, people were kind of shit talking me, think I'm clout chasing. Like I'll revisit those messages. like we gonna have a good laugh about this shit at some point. So like I'm not trying to get revenge violently or whatever, but success is the best revenge, and I'm plotting a lot of that shit this year too.
Okay, so any goals? Any future goals?
Future goals: come out with some merch, hit 2 million streams by the end of the year, more award nominations, and hopefully a dub. More exposure, really. Like people need to understand. Like I've been doing this stuff for a hot minute. Now I started rapping at 12, but I have been somewhat in the scene since 13, 14. Not recording music consistent like I do now, but I've been in the hip hop program for Williams Farm Rec Center. It's my Bayside. And so they would have little sessions. A teacher recommended me actually. And so basically you get with a bunch of teenagers around my age. I'm 13 at the time. And y'all record some music with a message behind it. Kind of like the self-destruction songs back in the day. Okay. We're trying to replicate that. And so for a 13-year-old, that's dope. I did that year and year after. And so it was on 1-3 Jams, news, and I was in the paper. Like kids saw that shit in middle school. And so like not many people are aware of what that video is. I think it's on a Parts and Rec channel or whatever. I should have told you about that earlier. But as far as Williams Rec, the significance of that place is that Cash Nash would record there. Like he went to Bayside, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but he was going to that rec center. I don't think we met around that time, but that's kind of like a pretty like important rec center for the community. You know what I mean? But yeah, I feel like I've always had content since that time. I've been consistent for years. I have hella notebooks full. Not all of them are seeing a light of day because I look at the stuff I was writing. It's kind of like emo, like depressing. I'm venting about shit. And then like compared to me now, I can kind of do everything, life experience, but still like have the punchline heavy shit. But like I have a whole vault full of content, and I'm hoping to get that shit out and kind of just like it was all worth it. Like I stayed sharp all these years, and I kind of just look back like, wow, I'm young, like I'll be like mid-20s by the time I'm finally on. But like I just want to like live my shit to the fullest.
Definitely. Like the way you talking, man. Keep grinding.
Thank you.
Hope you have a successful career.
Appreciate it.
Keep going hard. Keep creating new flows. At this time right now, I want to give you the time to give any type of shout outs, before we close out.
Say less. Oh shit, my chain. Okay, so I shout out my boy Bando on the beat y'all about to hear, but hey, y'all can see this shit. TKO, which means take over. Proud African. That's all right. Proud African merch. Get the back of this.
Yes, sir.
Proud African. Tap in. Javalure.net. That's my boy right there. He is not local. He's from Florida, but like that's my brother right there. Tap in.
Yes, sir.
Tap in. Shouts to Bando on the beats. Y'all about to hear. Whole TKO, Trap Ace, local artists, man, I fuck with. Trilly, Breezo. Happy birthday, Breezo. Now I mean, Breezo guys, God season, it's only right. Dune, my girl Allie helped me record the track last night, and my terrible fucking knowledge of Audacity. That's what we use to record that shit. But shouts to everybody I love, man. Yeah, TKO gang, self-made. Bando on the beat. I hope I don't forget. I'm really hoping I don't forget shit. I'm trying to show everybody love. But get the merch, y'all. Proud African merch. If you're not African, as in if you're not black, they got Death to Racist shirts. Y'all hate all the race shit going on. They got DTR shit. Death to Racist. You know what I mean? Cop that too. If you hate all the fucking white supremacy in the world, all that shit, cop the merch, man. Support the man. Support me. Support my homies. All that shit. I got merch coming soon. I'll let y'all know. Let's get into it.
Yes, sir. You already know the vibes. It's your boy Cam Low, host of Who's Next 757, a platform where we help artists create content. We give artists a platform to come on here, showcase their talent, promote anything that's needed, anything that they got going on. So artists contact Who's Next 757. Yes, sir. Right now we about to get into special freestyle by my guy Brendan, a.k.a. Bfazzo.
Yes, sir. There you go.
There we go. We out of here.
Yes, sir. Hey, shouts to Pursuit Clothing. Gotta move slowly. Close my eyes. I'm still too focused. Through darkness. I don't know, too far the same dedication that I have. I think it's my outlet. Got this shit down packed. The wild is that. I'm a wise man. I can do from the warriors. Think outside the box when they corner ya. Look outside your third cornea. She got a boyfriend now. I'm feeling kind of heartless. I forgot how to start this. I light a blunt up, spark this shit. Shots to Camlo, light this shit up like candles. Get a game in my back, it ain't breaking like a Campbell. I stay back like with some sandals. My diamonds on, they fucking flashing. Shut up, Bfazzo, and I've been established. A Virginia native, I'm out like Aladdin, but I'm riding off the carpet. Flying off the head, if I see yours, I'm probably gonna off it. Maybe time my Hawkins. I might always ball and left the MacArthur. These rap artists act all when I start talking. Like, yo, this is where you put yourself out as. But how's that? I'm like a wildcat, like dudes in Charlotte, or was it the Bobcats? Oh, hell no. Was born like LaMelo, stomp me out with a shell toe. They say you strapped like Velcro, that shit is played out. Went to FC, shots to Patriot play out. I should bring the waves out. When the hottest niggas since I came out. I'll be on top of the waves now. That's when I first started. That's when this verse started. I was going off the head. I see how the camera out. I don't want the flash. I want to say hi. Shout out to my dad. I've been a guy since a young lad. It's time to be the fucking comeback of the century. Shout out to Bandit with the melodies. Flow is so heavenly. With some techno shit. I'm on that Tekken shit. Like Devil Jin. I'm on the never level excellence. Fuck the ops, I can't let them win. Closing me out, she won't let me in. I should put my Leatherman jacket. Title's mine, I don't want you to fucking have it. Year of the Dragon, Project Young niggas, but I'm causing havoc. On Camlo's podcast, that's when I'm gonna start that this week. I'm rhyming off of the beats. Hey, what job was make some heats and wake the streets. I ball like Jane Meach in my 2-3. On full court press, I'm still making threes. Shooting off the dribble, left hand like Carmelo. Oh man, I slept on the wrong side of the bed. I don't gotta write to this shit. I got an album coming out, I'm 5 months in. Me and your girl, we start fucking last week. She putting her eyes on the glasses. I might just spaz on this. Telling stories like the Lazarus. I'm back in this game. Get back in the phase. Bfazzo, that's the name. Last name is James. Long live the king. Y.O.T.D James. I'm a big creature shit. Levels to this shit. You ain't reaching him. I don't gotta preach him like a drunk pastor. I comes at you fast. But adjust the seatbelt or you might crash. Always slept on. I might send a text, y'all. I'm up next, y'all, on 757. Who's next, y'all? I can take this ice off my neck off. Talk shit, I'ma slice your neck off.